Like, all of America's children can have good education and health care, not just the rich. Education and health as a right, not a privilege, not charity, as every American citizen's right. So this is where you scream, but he's a socialist! Yeah, he is a socialist
and here
Democrat.
we have, well, this is an old idea amongst socialists, is that we don't want to have the necessities of life being privileges. We want them to be rights that everybody can demand. This is kind of a funny notion, I've always felt, because every right has an obligation, and so that whenever you proliferate rights, you have a proliferation of obligation, and the more obligations there are, the more coercion involved, because all obligations in law basically mean to coercible acts. The idea that only the rich can have health care and only the rich have good education is silly. Many people used to have pretty good education, even from public schools. Not so much anymore. Public schools are kind of a mess. Why? Because they're too public. They're too government run. They're being beleaguered by teachers unions. Administrators have sucked all the wealth out of the system, and they are now going to prison in vast corruption cases of real legitimate corruption, not theoretical corruption. This right and privilege business is kind of silly, because privilege sounds like it's unearned advantage. That's what people want to say it means. But really, most cases of what health care I've gotten in the past, what education I've gotten after K-12, has all been stuff I paid for and worked for. Is that a privilege? Is it a privilege to get my paycheck? See, there's no such a sense of earnings on the side. This is the whole mindset of socialists like Bernie Sanders, is to throw away the concept of cooperation and earnings and contract, and replace it with two categories. It's either a right, something that you must have and others must give you, or else, go to prison, or else it's a privilege, something only a few may have. That's a false dichotomy, and therein the lie that is being spewed by Bernie Sanders and his acolyte, Sarah Silverman.